this video, I'm going to be doing a Meet My Horses. In case you don't know, I own two real-life horses. So this one's Naulia. She is, I believe, 27 years old. Her breed's an Arabian, and her color is a flea-bitten bay. When I start to hug her, she'll get real grumpy. Oh, Naulia, calm down. You don't like me. She's turning her butt to me. Seriously, Naulia. I don't think she likes me, but I love her. She is definitely my favorite horse out of every single horse in the entire world. She does bareback riding. She used to do riding with a saddle and a little bit of bareback, but now she is only bareback. After I didn't ride her with a saddle for, well, I was riding her bareback a lot. And then when I put a saddle on, she got, I think it's called saddle sore, but I call it cinch sore. It's been healing up nicely though. But I've been treating it. She's doing good, she don't care. But now she's the only bareback riding horse, and she's got a nice back to do it. There's Andrew. She's a good horse. I call her lots of different names, like Millie and Naulia, Nildebeest, and Nillypoo, and Favorite. She's a very pretty horse. So this one's Ginger. She's a quarter horse. She's looking really old. She's only 25 years old though, which really still is old. Her color is a bay, and she doesn't really get ridden very much. But when she does have a western saddle. Ginger, come back here. And she has a combination bridle, which is pretty difficult to put on, so I prefer not to use it. Goodbye. I don't think she likes me. But now I'm going to go inside our garage and I'll show you their tack. Okay, so over here we have Naulia's old halter. I don't really like it very much because this nose piece is a little bit too tight. I'm supposed to be able to adjust it, but this rope has gotten really stiff and just molded like this. But maybe if I soaked it in like hot water for a little while, then it might soften up enough to adjust it. And then we have her old bridle, which is just a combination bridle that can be used as a halter. And the spray clip on the bit. And then behind it we have all of our helmets. And then over here we have our full halters or pony halters. And this one I did add a braided noseband thing. And it is by Down Horsemanship. And then I have a little homemade halter. I think it's quite nice. I really like it. I'm planning to use it for a pony whenever we get one. And then over here, we have my first horse's halter. I did have a horse before Ginger and Naulia. Her name was Sophia. But we did have to get rid of her because we didn't have the experience to train her, and we didn't have the money to train her. Like, there's just better things that can be put towards, like, better trained horses. I will forever keep this halter. Never gonna get rid of it, because it reminds me of my first horse. And then we have another rope halter. Just a 4-knot noseband. By Down Horsemanship again. This one's a yearling. Fix this. And then we have Ginger's halter. Nice, pretty blue halter. This is one that I kind of don't use that much, unless we need to do something with both the horses, then I'll use it on Ginger. And then if I just put that on the floor quick. Over here, we have her bridle, which this is supposed to be Naulia's old bit. And I gave it these little ribbon parts because I don't like shanks. Because what they do is, when there's a curb chain on, it pulls up on the curb chain and pulls down on, go up here, their crown. And I don't like that. And it's kind of difficult to get her to listen with this. But we use it on Ginger. whenever we ride her. And then this I just added a few days ago. But I don't know if it's going to be strong enough, so I'm going to clip up the reins or lead line or whatever up to here, and then put it through here to give it a little bit more strength. And if it does break, we still have this control. And then also this bridle is the same design as Naulia's old combination bridle. And then here's Naulia's brand new bridle. It's not that old. Just got it a few months ago, I think. It's just got a simple snaffle mouthpiece. It's like some sort of, I think it's a type of D-ring, but I don't really know. I'm not a professional at these bits. I think it's quite nice. It has a copper mouthpiece that kind of helps the bit slide a little better. And it's in a chestnut color, which matches Ginger's saddle, but not Naulia's, but it's fine. Matches her color. And then some nice reins. I just like the feel of these much more than the other option that there was. And then we have her halter, which this is a large downward horsemanship halter. It's pretty nice, I think. It's a little bit big for the nose, but I like it. It's not too tight. It's not ginormous. And then down here, we have all of our boots, which these ones are, I believe, the large. Yep, it says large down on the bottom. These are the ones that I'll use on Naulia every once in a while, sometimes Ginger. I don't really use it that much unless I'm doing some form of lunging with a lot of turning in it. Then I might use it, or them. And then we have the small, which was, I believe, for my first horse. It says small in there. And then the large were for her foal, because he was a big, big boy. And then we have a curb chain. This was Ginger's curb chain. I don't really like it because it tends to twist and you can't really get it undone very easily. And the color doesn't match with anything. It's just a little bit floppy down here. Back up. Then we have our lead lines. I think this one, it just broke. So somebody just tied it off. So I do prefer to use this one because it's a little bit neater. But I think they're about 4 to 6 feet long. I don't quite know. And then we have a lunge line, again, by Downward Horsemanship. It's got a nice strong clip that's also really easy to just hook on and clip back up. I think it's actually I don't know, it might be a long line, or maybe it's his lead line, I don't know. I use it as a lunge line because it's longer than the short little lead lines. And then if you come down here, underneath, we have a saddle rack with Naulia's old saddle. Here's her cinch, it's really chewed up. I just messed up. But when it's a hot day out and you start riding her and she gets a little bit sweaty, this sticks to her skin. And I don't really like that. It's the right length, I think. And it helps prevent cinch sores, or at least what I heard. Or saddle sores, I call it a cinch sore. But we changed it to this rope one. It's a bit too long. It comes like up onto the saddle pad. But I think it's a pretty nice saddle. It's way too big for me, but that's fine. It's too big for Naulia too. And then you can see the pattern. It's quite nice pattern. I really like it. And then if you come, pick this up real quick. Over to Ginger's saddle. You can see just a nice saddle. Yeah, there's a thumbtack in there, don't worry about that. She's got a nice saddle pad. Very detailed saddle. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's a nice looking saddle. You can see on the cantle, it's really just used and worn. You can see that it's had a lot of wear and tear. It's been used a lot. It's had its work done. And then she's got just a nylon cinch with a roller buckle. To me, it makes it almost harder to put it on because it'll kind of roll quickly, or you have to pull it really tight to get it tight enough. And these stirrups always remind me of a football, like the sewing on a football. But yeah, it's fine. And then like up on the horn, you can see it's been really used. Lots of people have been holding on to this. We got Ginger and Naulia a few years ago, and they've been eating some grain to keep them out of the garage. My mom got them when they were, I believe, 3 and 5, I think. They've been together pretty much their whole entire life. And so we like to call them sisters, even though they're not really sisters. But I like to call them sisters. My mom had to get rid of them because we moved for quite a while. She got rid of them. That's when I was born. And we had to move to a better place. So then, we got them back a few years ago. I think almost 2 years ago, I think. And Naulia used to not even know how to lunge. That's like one of the easiest things. I don't even think Ginger knew how to, but now they do. I've been working with them and they're doing really good. Okay, now we're at the shed. We just got this yesterday. It's going to be a feed room and tack room. There's also some goats. If you want to know more about them, you got to go check out my mom at White Creek Farm, where you can learn all about these goats. And that one, that beautiful goat right there, is my goat. She's definitely made a big turnaround from terrified and so scared of us that she busts her own lip open to I can scratch on her, pet her, love on her, do pretty much anything. No! There we are. And then let's pull this open. That won't open, so okay.
You gotta pull up on these.
Oh.
And push it down and then pull up. The top one's locked.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't need the top one. Austin, don't worry. It's fine. Okay, hold on. So this is the nice big shed. I think it says 8 by 16. Yep, 8 by 16. So it's 16 across by 8. I think. Actually, I don't really know where everything's gonna go. But up here, I think is where the feed scoops are gonna go. I think I heard my mom saying that. I think it's a pretty nice place. Somewhere this is gonna have our tack in it, and we're not gonna have a garage. But I think it'll just be easier and nicer. Oh yeah, it does have 2 lofts, little lofts. And this little board right up above is going to be removed. This is for transport to make sure that the shed stays secure. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.